Hello, right, some welcome classic rock related news for you today, and that is on the 30th of January 2026, which is 2.5 months from today, which is the 11th of November 2025, so not too long to wait. There is a box set due to be released of the McAuley Schenker Group's albums from the late 1980s through to early 1990s. So this consists of the 3 studio albums from back then: Perfect Timing from 1987, Save Yourself from 1989, M.S.G from 1991, and the Unplugged live album from 1992. And there are all sorts of bonus tracks sprinkled throughout as well. Now, of course, this phase of Michael Schenker's career saw him team up with vocalist Robin McAuley. Very clever, of course, because then he could still retain the M.S.G abbreviation, McAuley Schenker Group, because that's the name that these 4 albums were issued under, McAuley Schenker Group. Now, as for the studio albums, Perfect Timing was quite a move away from the usual typical Michael Schenker all-out blazing rock style. This was a much tamer affair and more AOR oriented, and it did indeed spawn some singles which sold quite respectively. But of course, in 1987 or thereabouts, that style of music was very much in vogue, wasn't it? And Schenker followed that. I don't know if Perfect Timing was deliberately named the album that, but anyway, it is what it is. But then what came afterwards with Save Yourself, that took things back much towards familiar Schenker territory, and even more so with the M.S.G album that came after that. That's proper rocking stuff, that is. And then of course we had the Unplugged live album from 1982, because at that time, MTV was everywhere, wasn't it? MTV was on the rise, and there was a bit of a time back then when unplugged sessions became very much fashionable. I'm not a particular fan of that kind of stuff, but you might be. But it was everywhere, wasn't it? Everyone was doing unplugged sessions, and Schenker and McAuley did the same in 1992, and that Unplugged session was imaginatively titled Unplugged when it was released, would you believe? Lots of thought clearly went into that. And as well as McAuley Schenker Group songs, Schenker being Schenker, of course, it wouldn't be complete without some UFO stuff, would it? So we also had Natural Thing, Doctor Doctor, and Lights Out on that Unplugged session. And after that was pretty much it for McAuley Schenker Group. However, over the years that have followed subsequently, Schenker's association with Robin McAuley and others that were involved in this incarnation of MSG has continued here and there over the years on many of Schenker's subsequent projects, and not least Bodo Schaff and Steve Mann, which they're in Schenker's touring band to this day, aren't they, and involved in other things. But anyway, this box set, it comes out, it's due for release on the 30th of January 2026, about 2.5 months from today. And it's on the Cherry Red HNE label, who do these things so regularly and so very, very well. So it's a welcome thing to have, all the McAuley Schenker stuff in one place. And at time of recording, which is the 11th of November 2025, I pre-ordered mine from Amazon for a very reasonable 30 quid or thereabouts. If you want to do the same, I'll put a link to it in the description below, but of course other outlets are available if you have others that you prefer. So we'll leave it there for today. So just not long to wait for this, about 10 weeks or so. So there we are, that's it. McAuley Schenker Group box set, 30th of January 2026, all good stuff. Please do me a little favour before you go, if you wouldn't mind, and that's please do subscribe to the channel, because that would be a big help if you do that. And until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and take care.